This video is brought to you by Digital Greyhound Racing, a new NFT game by BetNFT. The game is launching soon. For more information, go to betnft.run. Hello everyone, James Broadhurst with you. Good to have you on the show. Joining me on this episode of Greyhound Gold is Brett Honey. How are you, Brett?
G'day JB, good to be with you. Really good weekend of chasing coming up. The Lose Dorser heats this Saturday night at Cannington and 11 races to look forward to at Mandurah. Hopefully we can find a few winners. Looks tricky. Mandurah looks okay, but as I was saying to you before we jumped on the air, Cannington, harder to pick than a broken nose.
Well, it is. You mentioned 11 races down there at Mandurah. Good to see those number of races starting to build back up again.
A little bit of a concern last week, but good to see. And quality racing throughout the card as well. Absolutely.
It is indeed. All right, we'll get to that in a moment. Plus, we've got Shorty's tips as well. But before we do, Brett, you've got a run of the week from last weekend.
Absolutely. Going back to last Saturday night at Cannington, Zipping Ontario, sticking around after the Galaxy final, was able to get a nice win over the 600 metres on Saturday night. This is a race where at the start we saw Rostered Off crossing the field. We saw greyhounds like Zipping Virginia get into a bit of trouble, took care of Windburn Burner and herself at the corner, and that allowed Rostered Off to get away. But while that was happening, we saw Zipping Ontario manage to get up on the inside and probably get a lot closer than a lot of form experts thought on the weekend. And from there, once she was only a couple lengths off Rostered Off, it was going to be hard for Rostered Off to hang on there. Zipping Ontario simply too strong. We saw We the People get up for third. The overall times for Zipping Ontario, 9:80 early, 23:06 in the middle, 11:46 on the run home, an overall time of 34:52. I thought Rostered Off lost no admirers on Saturday night, JB, going 34:68. I was on Rostered Off and I thought if that greyhound could get on the arm and run 34:68, we thought it might be a pretty good chance of winning. Didn't see the strong stayer in Zipping Ontario getting that close, but certainly did, sticking around after the Galaxies to prove to be a successful move.
I was going to say, Brett, how long do you think these dogs are going to stay here in WA for?
I have heard whispers around the traps that it's a lot to do with flights at the moment, and obviously some of these dogs will be well equipped to tackle races like the Association Cup coming up and the Sydney Cup at Wentworth Park, but it could be to do with that, and also if they're being successful here with the good prize money here in WA, why not stick around?
Yeah, well, we're happy to have them for as long as they do stick around. Hey, how about some best bets for the weekend? We'll kick off with Friday down there at Mandurah. What do you like?
Yeah, good card. I'm looking to go to race 11 for my best bet. Number 2, Lacrimosa. I think this is a race in 2. Even though the market might not necessarily have that way with Stanger Bull, there's some good dogs in there like Floki's Revenge and Yunder Up Sheila, but Lacrimosa seems to jump a little bit better at Mandurah. And once again, I do rate good Cannington form going back to Mandurah, particularly when that greyhound can handle the track, and Lacrimosa's gone 27.57 at Mandurah before. From box 2, looks to be not a great deal of speed around her. I expect her to get to the top here. It is a speed with no real pace in the race, so a greyhound like Stanger Bull could sit nice and close, but I don't think you can give Lacrimosa a start and a beating. She's very strong to the line, and I think she'll be winning there at Mandurah. Race 11, number 2, Lacrimosa. My value comes up in a very hot free-for-all. Race 7, number 8, Rage on Satara, a greyhound that has been kind to me throughout the last few months. I do like Rage on Satara. He goes good. It's an interesting race. You got West on Bray, Bones McCoy. They're all drawn down the inside, but interestingly, outside of Bansy's Boy, who does like to run off the track. You would have seen that at his most recent 302-metre run. I just see it being a little bit awkward there on the inside. Rage on Satara's got early speed, can run close to 22.50, and loves an outside draw, loves being in the middle of the track. I can just see Rage on Satara zooming down the outside with greyhounds like Bones McCoy and West on Bray in the race. He should get a bit of a price there, so I'm very keen to bet there. Race 7, number 8, Rage on Satara, along with my best bet, race 11, number 2, Lacrimosa. How about yourself?
All right, well, you're looking to rage on there, Brett. I'm looking to go where no man, woman, or non-binary person has ever gone before, Brett, for my best bet. I'm hoping for the repeat. I'm going towards race 10, number 1, Who Told Spider.
You're not a fan of this dog, are you? No, not a fan at all?
No, nothing. Don't like it at all. Who Told Spider? Gee, done the job for me the past 2 weeks. Going super, this greyhound, and looking for a repeat. Look, I spoke to trainer Corey White earlier on in the week, and he just confirmed that I just need to get on board with this.
He was inside whispers there,
get on. And he gave me his blessing to back the dog. Normally, when they see me coming, these trainers, and they go,
I want to put the brakes on.
You a bit. They're like, no, stay away. So we'll see if his confidence in me and the dog is well placed. But look, I think this dog just wins again. Race 10, number 1, Hoot Told Spider. For my value play, heading towards race 6, number 2, Energetic, Brett. And look,
flying.
Yeah, look, didn't fire last week, did he, over the 405, but over the 490, this dog has been really good. 2 runs back, he beat Quartararo fair and square. Quartararo's in this race again. We've also got our Seabrook, box 1, Quartararo, box 8, Energetic's in the middle there, but I think Energetic, that early speed, can get to the front.
Inside draw's key there, I think.
And I think he'll be able to hold off Quartararo again here. So that's race 6, number 2 for me for my value play on Friday night.
Absolutely looking forward to that card at Mandurah. On Friday, we've got chasing action on Saturday night at Cannington. 2 heats of the Lou Dawson Memorial and a cracking 12-race program overall. A couple of really nice free-for-alls on the card, and that 380-metre race at the end of the card, which is also a free-for-all, looks really hot as well. So looking forward to Saturday night chasing.
There should be a lot of prices that we can grab, Brett,
I'm hoping.
The competitiveness
I've got to be honest,
of it
the
all.
confidence not there, but hopefully we can find a few. I'm going to kick off race 11 again, number 1, Sunset Givenchy. Greyhound I've had an interesting relationship with over the last few months, but I think this is a race in 2 between himself and Scalander. Scalander's is a very good dog and did beat Sunset Givenchy at Mandurah going a few starts back, but I think box 1's going to be key here. There's no real speed around Sunset Givenchy, and Little Miss Olive is drawn in the middle, which may make it difficult for Scalanders to cross. While that's happening, I just think Sunset Givenchy, when you got 2 dogs that are pretty evenly matched in ability, with the one that's drawn better, I'm happy to get involved there. The small field suits as well. Greyhound, that can be a bit awkward at times, but in the small field should be able to hunt up on the rail and be too good there. Race 11, number 1, Sunset Givenchy. My value play is race 5, number 1, Speed Bandit. I anticipate this could be a race where opinions are divided. There's a lot of talent. You got Capito out wide, rostered off, Tiger Town in the middle, Momentum, who's getting back into a bit of form. There's plenty around, but I see this race just being very messy. And you've got to remember, Speed Bandit ran 4th in a Perth Cup, and it was a very tricky map for Speed Bandit on that occasion. You got box 1 here, West on Radar from box 2 stays nice and straight. Speed Bandit, just like anyone in this race, is capable of dropping a mid-5:45 early split. And if she does that, she could find the lead here, and at double figures, that's not a bad place to be. I'm pretty keen to get involved there. Race 5, number 1, Speed Bandit. What about yourself this Saturday night?
Well, we'll see, Brett, won't we? We will see there for race 5. Oh, absolutely. Because I think in race 5, mate, Momentum's just going to come along and do the old Will Smith to Speed Bandit right there. I'm on board with Momentum, mate.
Sold.
I'm sold, yeah. I think I've seen enough from this dog getting back to, I wouldn't say 100% back to his best, but I reckon about 98, 99%. There's no vice grip in this race.
Big win.
To knock him off. So for me, Momentum. And for my value play, heading towards race 7, number 3, Rip and Sheen. Another one of these competitive races. This is a grade 5, but some really nice dogs are going in this one. Quite a lot of dogs with claims here. Form really good for Rip and Sheen. Not sure the times are quite there with this dog.
One thing you do get with him, he gives his best and he's very consistent.
Absolutely, very consistent, that's right. And once again, that kind of early pace is key, be able to eject himself. Overall time's been hovering just above that 30-second mark. Like to see them come down a bit more, but if he is out in front, look out. It may be hard to catch there. So race 7, number 3, Rip and Sheen for me. Also got to mention, Brett, as of tonight, Thursday night at Mandurah, these restrictions are being eased, not entirely being lifted, but certainly being eased, so we can allow more people on course. We can also allow people that aren't booked in the restaurant into the public area. Overall, we've increased our capacity to 500 people, and more numbers, of course, in the restaurant as well. So that is good news. We can get more people on the track, so make sure you take advantage of that from Thursday onwards. And hopefully these restrictions only last for a couple more weeks, and we won't have them at all. We'll see, but the easing of the restrictions is certainly a good step.
And there's plenty of good racing ahead too, so
Absolutely.
It's a good time to get out to the track. We're going to see some really good youngsters come through. Of course, we just had our Autumn Maiden Classic. Yep. We just had the final run last night, had the heats the week before. So there's going to be some good dogs coming out, because we do have the Derby in the Oaks, not too far away. Yep. And of course, the Group 3 Miata is also on the radar. We see plenty of good sprinters still hanging around in WA. So there is some good racing. Make sure you get trackside sometime in the near future.
Good stuff. Well said there, Brett. Thanks again for being on the show with us. It's been a pleasure being with you the past few weeks. I think Shorty might be back next week. We'll confirm later on. But either way, you'll be here. Make sure you tune in next week to see Greyhound Gold.